It has been 45 days since education in Tigray was reopened following the Pretoria Peace Agreement signed between the federal government of Ethiopia and Tigray regional government. In his media briefing on the current status of education in Tigray, head of Tigray Bureau of Education Kiros Guish said today that only 23% of the total 2.4 million school children in Tigray have been returned to school so far, and around half of the total 2,492 schools in the region have been reopened.
So far, about 1,377 schools has reopened so far, and in these schools more than 560,000 students are attending their classes from the pre-primary school up to grade 12 students are attending their lessons.
The Bureau head also said 22% of the total schools in different parts of Tigray are under the control of Eritrean and Amhara forces, and the children from these areas are on the receiving end of all atrocities by these forces. Even after 7 months into the Pretoria Peace Agreement that urged foreign and non-ANDF forces to withdraw from Tigray immediately.
There are schools which are not reopened so far. Among them, 552 schools are under occupation of Eritrean and Amhara forces, 221 in western Tigray, 46 schools in eastern Tigray, 12 schools in central Tigray, 90 schools in northwestern Tigray, and 182 schools in southern Tigray are occupied by Amhara and Eritrean forces. So children who would have been attending their education in these schools, that could be hundreds of thousands of children, are denied their right to education. Not only denied the right to education, they are also at the receiving end of all kinds of atrocities. This is
The Bureau head added that hundreds of schools in Tigray have not been reopened yet, as IDPs are still sheltering in the schools and many of them have been profoundly destroyed.
The remaining number of schools has different reasons. Some of them due to security concern because they are near to the borders. Some of them are occupied by IDPs. Some of them are completely destroyed, and other related reasons.
According to the Bureau head, the federal government of Ethiopia and the international community that facilitated the peace deal have the responsibility to push into the full implementation of the peace deal and realize the withdrawal of all foreign and non-ANDF forces from Tigray.
For the areas that are under the occupation, according to the Pretoria agreement, that those forces should have been withdrawn from Tigray, leave Tigray just some months ago. They should have been leave Tigray, but so far, as I mentioned, they are still operating in Tigray, and what is the assignment should be for the federal government and the international community who have been observers and mediators in this peace agreement, so that the peace agreement to be implemented into this full package. So the Eritrean army should leave Tigray, the Amhara forces should leave Tigray, and the displaced people should return to where they are supposed to return.